The chapter's name is electricity. Now, as you know, many devices in our day-to-day life, they operate with the help of electricity. Just like your mobile device, okay, on which you are watching this video, or it may be tablet or laptop, okay, etc. So we are going to study how this electricity operates, okay, how this electricity flows. Firstly, we are going to talk about electric charge. Now, electric charge is denoted by Q and its SI unit is coulombs. Okay, its SI unit is coulomb. Now, 1 coulomb is equal to total charge on 6.14 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. Okay, 1 coulomb means how much? 1 coulomb means total charge on 6.14 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. Okay, now how much charge will be there on 1 electron? Charge on 1 electron will be 1 upon 6.14 into 10 raised to 18, which is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. Okay, this is charge on 1 electron, and charge on 1 proton is also same as this, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. The only difference is the charge on electron is negative charge and the charge on proton is positive charge. Next we are going to talk about is electric current. Electric current is denoted by capital I. Now what is electric current? Electric current is nothing but rate of flow of charge. It is rate of flow of charge. Now charge is denoted by Q. Rate of flow of charge in a particular conductor with respect to time. Okay. Rate of flow of charge with respect to time is called as current. Next quantity which we are going to study about is potential difference, which is denoted by V, capital V. Now what is potential difference? Potential difference is the amount of work done to move that particular charge from one position to another position. Okay, as you know, whenever any object is moved from one position to another position, we say that work is done. So to move the charge from one position to another position, the work is done. So work done in moving the charge from one position to another position is potential difference. So potential difference is equal to work done per unit charge. Now charge can be denoted by capital Q or small q. Okay, it can be denoted by both of them. It can be denoted by capital Q and small q also. Next we are going to study potential difference and electric current are directly proportional to each other. That is V is directly proportional with the electric current I. That means whenever the potential difference is increased, the current is also increased. Whenever the potential difference decreases, current also decreases. Now to remove this proportionality sign, we are going to introduce a proportionality constant, that is R. V is equal to Ri. Now what is this R? R is a resistance. R is a resistance. Now what is resistance? Resistance means nothing but it avoids the flow of current. Why does it avoid? Because a particular device needs a particular current only. If you supply more current to that device, that device may get burnt or something like that. Okay, so a particular device needs a particular amount of current. So to supply that particular amount of current, a resistance required. Okay, that is provided by resistor. Okay, resistance is required. So resistance is nothing but it avoids the flow of current up to a particular amount of quantity. Now next, this resistance is directly proportional to the length of that particular conductor. Means what? This is the, let's say, conductor. Okay, it has particular length. Now if you start increasing the length, the resistance will also increase. If the length of a conductor increases, the resistance will also increase. Now again, what is resistance? It avoids the flow of current. It stops the flow of current, okay, up to a particular limit. If you increase the length of a particular conductor, the resistance will also increase. Next one. The resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section of a particular wire. Now, from this 1 and 2, we get that R is directly proportional to L upon A. Now, we are going to add one proportionality constant. That is, then we get R is equal to that proportionality constant is rho. It is denoted by rho upon L upon A. Now, what is this rho? This rho is called as resistivity. It is called as resistivity. Okay, and its SI unit is ohm meter. Now, what do you mean by resistivity? Resistivity is nothing but it measures. Okay, what does it measures? It measures the power of a particular material to resist the flow of electric current. Okay, it measures the power. Okay, what power? The power to resist the flow of electric current. Now, different material have different resistivity. Okay, so this is resistivity. Its SI unit is ohm meters and it is denoted by rho. Now we will solve some numericals. Okay, now these are the solved numericals in your textbook. After the solved numericals, we will solve some unsolved numericals and also some challenging numericals. Here the question is, a current of 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of an electric bulb for 10 minutes. Find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. First of all, the given values. What are the given values? A current of 0.5 ampere. So, current is denoted by I and current is 0.5 ampere. Now, by a filament of an electric bulb for 10 minutes. Okay, here time is given. So, small t is equal to 10 minutes. But, we have to convert these minutes into seconds. So, 10 into 60 seconds, we get 600 seconds. Now, what we have to find out? Find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. So, we have to find out the charge Q. So, solution, as you know, the formula for electric current, that is denoted by I, is rate of flow of charge through a particular conductor with respect to time. Now we have I, that is electric current, that is 0.5 ampere, is equal to, we have to find out Q upon T. T is 600 second. So multiplying 600 second with 0.5, we get Q is equal to 0.5 into 600, we get 300. We get Q is equal to 300. Now charge is measured in Coulomb. So answer is 300 Coulomb. Here the question is, how much work is done in moving a charge of 2 Coulomb across 2 points having a potential difference 12 volt? Given values are, first of all, how much work is done. So we have to find out work. In moving a charge of 2 Coulomb, so the charge is 2 coulombs. Across the 2 points having a potential difference 12 volt. The potential difference is 12 volt. And we have to find out work. Solution. As you know, what do you mean by potential difference? Potential difference is nothing but work done to move a charge from one point to another point. Okay, it is the work done to move a charge from one point to another point. As you know, the formula for potential difference, V is work done per unit charge. Putting the values, potential difference is 12 volts. We have to find out work. Charge is 2 coulomb. Now multiplying 12 with 2. So work done we get is 12 into 2. Work done is equal to 24. Now work done is measured in joules. So we get the answer 24 joules. Here's the next question. How much current will an electric bulb draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm? So the given values are for A The given values are, see, how much current will an electric bulb draw? So we have to find out I from a 220 volt. So potential difference is 220 volt. If the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm, so the resistance is 1200 ohm. We have to find out current. Solution. From the Ohm's law, you know that V is directly proportional to I, and we use R as a proportionality constant. You know this. We have to find out what? We have to find out I, that is current. So I is equal to, we can write it as V upon R. Now putting the values. I is equal to value of potential difference is 220 volt, and value of resistance R is 1200 ohms. Now dividing, 0 0 get cancelled, 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, okay, 2 6 are 12, and 0 as it is. Okay, now we'll do division here. 60 11, so 60 zeros are 0 minus 11, taking point here, then 0, then 60 ones are 60, minus, we'll get here 50, then we cannot divide, so 500, then 60 we have to do, so 6 5 are 30, 6 6 are 36, 7 6 are 42, 6 8 are 48, so 6 8 are 48, 68 are 48, 480, so again we will get here 20, so we can write this final answer as 0.18. So I is equal to 0.18. Now current is measured in what? Current is measured in amperes. Current is 0.18 ampere. Now the next question is, how much current will an electric heater coil draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the heater coil is 100 ohms? The given values are, V is equal to how much? V is equal to 220 volts. Then resistance is given, R is equal to 100 ohm, and we have to find out what? We have to find out the current. Solution. Again from the Ohm's law, V is equal to R into I. So I is equal to V upon R. Now putting the values, V is 220 volts upon R resistance is 100 ohms. So we get 0 0 get cancelled. So 22 divided by 10, we get I is equal to 2.2 ampere. 2.2 ampere. Now if you notice, the potential difference, the value of potential difference is same in both the question, but the value of resistance is different. Here value of resistance is 1200 ohm, and here value of resistance is 100 ohms. So the potential difference is same, but the resistance is different, and because the resistance is different, the values of current which we are getting, those are also different. Now what we see, whenever the resistance is more, here the current is less compared to this question. When the resistance is less, the current is more. That means what? See here. That means current is inversely proportional to resistance. Whenever resistance is more, the current will be less compared to if the resistance is less, the current will be more. See, if you compare both the values, here resistance is more, so current is less. Here resistance is less, so the current is more. Okay, if you do the comparison, of course. Understood? Now, if you ask what do you mean by resistance? Resistance means what? It controls the flow of current. Okay, it controls the flow of current. It is like a dam over the river. Okay, if the river is flowing like this, and if you build the dam, okay, and if you know that there are openings to dam, okay, so it controls how much water it is sending from these doors. Okay, it controls the flow of current. The next question is, the potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? So when the potential difference is 60, okay, it draws a current of 4 ampere. But what will happen if you increase the voltage, how much current it will draw? So first the given values. Firstly, the potential difference is 60 volt and the current is 4 ampere. This is the first scenario, and in the next scenario the potential difference is being increased. Now how are we going to find out the current in the next scenario is by finding out the resistance of that heater. Okay, that heater will have some resistance, right? And the device has been not changed. It is the same device in first scenario and second scenario also. The device is same. So the resistance will be also the same. So first we will find out the value of resistance. And how we are going to find out the value of resistance? By the Ohm's law. We know that V is equal to IR. So R is equal to V upon I is equal to V is 60 volt and current is 4 amperes. So R is equal to 4 ones are 4, 4 fives are 20. So 15 ohm. Okay, the resistance of the heater is 15 ohm. So from this, we can find out the value of current in the second scenario. When the potential difference V is 120 volt and what is the resistance? R is equal to, which we have found out, 15 ohm, and we have to find out the current value. So again, by the Ohm's law, V is equal to IR, we are going to find out value of I. So I is equal to V upon R. So I is equal to value of V is 120 and value of R resistance, that is 15 ohm. So I is equal to 15 8s are 120, so 8, and the unit for current is ampere. So the current through the heater when the potential difference is 120 is 8 ampere, and when the potential was 60, the current was 4 ampere. The next question is, resistance of a metal wire of length 1 meter is 26 ohm at 20 degrees Celsius. If the diameter of wire is 0.3 millimeter, what will be the resistivity of the metal at that temperature? Now the given values. First of all, resistance of metal wire of length L. So L is 1 meter. Then resistance is given, R is equal to 26 ohms. Then temperature is given. We are not going to deal with temperature. If the diameter of the wire is 0.3 millimeter, diameter is given 0.3 millimeter, what will be the resistivity of the metal? So we have to find out the resistivity. Solution. Now as you know, resistance is directly proportional to the length and area of cross section of the particular wire, okay, or particular conductor. Okay, now we add the proportionality constant, that is rho, which is called as resistivity of that particular material or particular conductor, will say. Now we are going to find out this resistivity. So rho is equal to R A upon, now here area of cross section is given. The formula of area of cross section is pi r square, but here radius is not given, here diameter is given. So we are going to use the formula A is equal to pi d square upon 4. So we are going to convert this formula as R pi d square upon 4 and this L as it is. Now we are going to put the values. Rho is equal to R. Value of resistance is 26 ohms. Value of pi is 3.14. value of D is 0.3 millimeter. Now we have to convert this millimeter into meter. Millimeter. We are going to convert this into meter. So 0.3 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Now we are going to convert this 0.3 into 3. So 3 into 10 raised to, now here it will be minus 4 meter. Okay, why? Because we have multiplied and divided by 10. Okay. Now next, so the value you get is 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter. Now if you see here, this value is being squared. So bracket square, and then 4 as it is into value of L is 1. Further, 26 into 3.14 into 3 square is 9, and 10 raised to minus 4 square is minus 4 into 2 minus 8. So minus 8 upon 4 ones are 4. Then if you simplify this numerator value, you get 734.76 into 10 raised to minus 8 upon 4. After dividing, you will get 183 into 10 raised to minus 8. Further, you can simplify as 1.83 into 10 raised to minus 6. Now, the unit of resistivity is ohm meters. Okay. Unit of resistivity is ohm meters. So this is the final answer. The resistivity of metal at that particular temperature. This resistivity is of the particular material called manganese. Now in this question, a wire of given material having length L and area of cross section A has a resistance of 4 ohm. What would be the resistance of another wire of same material? Another wire of same material having length L by 2 and area of cross section 2A. What would be the resistance of another wire? Means what we have to find out two different resistance. So let be first resistance be R1 and another resistance be R2. Now you know by the formula R is equal to rho, which is resistivity, L upon A. You know this formula. Now let's say this is for R1. Okay, this is for R1. Let be this equation 1. Now you know a wire of given material having length L and area of cross section A, okay, has a resistance of 4 ohm. Now this has the resistance of 4 ohm. Resistance is 4 ohm. L by A. Now in next scenario, for finding R2 is equal to rho L upon A. The value of L is L upon 2. So rho L upon 2, and area is how much? Area of cross section is 2A. That is 1 upon 2A. So we get rho L upon 2, 2 into 2, 4. So L 4A. R2. Now if you see here, rho L upon A. Here is also rho L upon, but here it is 4A. So if we separate 1 upon 4, we get rho L upon A. And we already know the value of this. Value of this is 4 ohm. So R2 is equal to 1 upon 4. Value of this is 4 ohm. 4 get cancelled. So R2 is equal to 1 ohm. Okay, so this will be the resistance of another wire of the same material having length L upon 2 and area of cross section 2A.